All right, welcome to my YouTube channel, Flying Horses Tarot. If you haven't been here before, make sure you subscribe to the channel and read the description box below to find out more about me and my website and what I do. Now, this reading is going to be for Gemini for the month of October 2020. It's meant to be a general reading, and it's also meant to be timeless. When you see it is when you're meant to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Keep in mind that when I read the tarot, I don't go with the conventional meanings. I rather go with the messages that I'm hearing when I see the cards. So let's get started. It's going to be reading for Gemini, October 2020. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If it does not resonate, you can check out the other signs, your sun sign, moon sign, and it's not meant to resonate with everybody, but hopefully my intention always is that it gives you some useful information. If you'd like me to take a look at your personal situation, you can always book a private reading with me. If you check out the description box below, you will see all the information on how to do that, okay? So let me go ahead and get started right here. I think it's perfect. All right, let's see. Alright, that's interesting. So I'm going to start with the first card that came up. That's the Four of Cups reversed. Upright, it looks like this. Now, what I'm picking up here is that you were expecting something and you were expecting it to have already happened by now. Maybe it was a proposal or some kind of offer that someone was supposed to make to you, or you're supposed to get something, reach a milestone, something that you were expecting, but it hasn't happened yet and it got delayed. And as with all things, you know, it's important to keep in mind that when you have a timeline regarding by which you're going to, you know, accomplish it, unless you are like a super hard worker and you put in extra hours, usually 9 out of 10 times it's gonna take longer. A lot of obstacles can come up, and there can be detours, there can be obstacles, there can be people interfering, there can be astrological obstacles, so on and so forth. But in this particular case, what I'm picking up for a lot of you, there has been some waiting, and that waiting hasn't fully materialized. That's kind of making you even angry, sort of angry and impatient. Okay, and that's not serving you. It is in the reverse. The second card I feel is the Ten of Swords. Now in this particular deck, the Ten of Swords does not, you know, have the same imagery as it has in other decks. So it doesn't look as bad, but the message is similar. Now every time I see the Ten of Swords come up in this situation, it's basically telling me that, you know, it's a good sign, because that's telling you in a very clear, simple way that even without changing one thing in your situation, without taking any major action, there has to be at least a couple of things that you can just drop, let down, or unburden yourself, because you've been carrying a heavy burden. You've been carrying a lot on your shoulders, and you know, you're ready to fly towards, you know, you're ready to how do you say, you're ready to you want to get rid of or get out of the binds that are binding you. You want to fly. You want so badly that this burden is gone. But the first step here is for you to put something down. Think about something that you can let go. Maybe a commitment, that some social commitment. Did you promise that you're gonna make it to golf every week and you really don't need to. I mean, if you're feeling that your schedule is heavy and you're just stretched in every direction, it's time to put some things down. And the message here is very clear, is to think creatively instead of thinking in terms of lots and lots of actions. It's telling me the answer should be simple. If you really could, what could you do to unburden yourself? What is one simple thing, or what could be a couple of things that you can just let go and not regret? Third card I see is the Empress card, reversed. When it is upright, it looks like this. Now that's a really, really powerful card. And since this came up in your reading, I have to say this is a great card, and it is right next to the Ten of Swords. So what it's telling me is, as soon as you make the decision to let something go, you will feel that somehow the energies have changed, or maybe you just start feeling like the Empress. And again, this is irrespective of gender. You could be male or female. You could be young or not so young. It's nothing to do with any of those factors. The Empress is powerful, and she's resourceful, and she's also this abundant energy. What I'm picking up is you already have this knack, or this idea of how to make your foundation strong. You're practical, okay, and you are naturally charming as well. And you have to use all of these to your advantage. But at the same time, as soon as you let your burden down to some extent, you'll feel really strong energy. I want to remind you of the first card that came up, the Four of Swords, which was reversed, which means you are waiting. You're still waiting. So as soon as you take on the energy of the Empress, your waiting would become easier, or waiting would stop. What you're wishing for is gonna magically appear, or appear really fast. The Empress is basically also telling you to understand that, to be calm and centered, and realize you already have weapons in your possession. It doesn't have to be actual weapons. These are all, your charm is your weapon. Your friendliness, your ability to be social, your inquisitiveness, your intelligence, all of these are your weapons. The next card is the Justice card reversed, and this is telling me that you probably have a feeling that in the current situation, whatever has happened or what is happening is not correct, and you haven't been treated fairly. But the wrongs are about to be put right. And it's also telling me that your destiny, the way it is supposed to unfold, is not always revealed to you right in the beginning. Everything is revealed to you, on a week-by-week basis, month-by-month basis. So that's also something to keep in mind. And also remember that if you don't know, or what you don't know is also serving you by protecting you, because you don't have to deal with everything all at once. I hope that makes sense. And the last card is the Star card. Now this is a great card, and I would consider it to be the outcome card in this reading, because the first card, like I said, is the waiting card. You've been waiting, and you've been angry and impatient, and now the Star card is saying it's time to reveal to the world the star that you already are. You're the star, but you have been hiding it. And you're meant to be a star, is what I'm hearing. The limelight is going to get on top of you, and you're going to be put in the spotlight, and you're going to be given opportunities to, be in the spotlight. You would know better what it means. It's different for different people. It could also be in the context of a romantic relationship. Some of you are going to be approached by multiple partners. In other words, exciting times coming up. Always remember to be in the Empress energy. Again, if it's doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, the Empress energy is just an energy that you can take on, and that means that remembering what you already have in your possession. You see all the weapons she's carrying. and she's confident and she's centered. You know, the Empress is the energy of she knows what she wants and she knows how to get it, and throughout the whole process from beginning to finish she's calm and confident and knows the outcome even before it happens. Easier said than done, but that's the advice. Now let me give you some animal spirit cards regarding this situation. If the reading is resonating, make sure to let me know. All right, let's see what comes up here. Maybe it's possible that I'm talking to a lot of females here in this reading, but not necessarily. All right, let's see. I'm gonna take the top 3 cards over here. Now, when I see all these 3 cards, to me they represent some kind of feminine energy. I know I just said that I might be talking to a lot of females, but not entirely. I could be talking to some guys out there. Anyway, so the first card I got is the card of the kangaroo. Let me show you the card. Now, you know, the kangaroo is taking care of the baby in this card, in the pouch, in its pouch. And when I first see the card, what it's telling me is that things are about to get a lot better for you. Things are about to get exciting. And your responsibilities, your personal energy to make sure you, like I was saying, to take on the energy of the Empress as much as possible. And also, if you have children, literally, if you have children, that is again your responsibility, and you are a very responsible person, as I am picking up. The message here is, as events take on their own momentum, you take a true leap forward. So, remember what I just said about things about to get exciting, and momentum is the key word. Things are about to get really exciting to the extent that you're gonna forget that you were waiting, you know. And that's a good thing, but even when things are good, you have to kind of remember to stay centered and calm, kind of stay on an even keel. The second card is the card of the mountain goat. It's saying fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. Now this card is basically telling me a couple of things. If you are focused on your romantic life, you may be exposed to a multiple partners, or you know, a bunch of people might be approaching you and wanting you, and so on and so forth. And it's also the same message even if it applies to career. Maybe you're in the job market and a bunch of companies are wanting you. But always remember that when you are spreading yourself thin amongst a lot of different people or companies, you also simultaneously lose the opportunity to understand each one perfectly, or more than otherwise. Okay, and then the last card is the card of the moose. And the message is, with self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. Now that's the message of the card. What I was getting when I saw the card is that, you know, and interestingly, as I lay these cards down, both the mountain goat and the moose is sort of looking towards the star card that I showed you earlier. And what this is telling me here is that maybe it should become your goal or orientation to focus on bringing the star energy into your life, because for those of you who are wanting to be in the spotlight, it's telling me that the opportunity is very close, or it's about to happen if it hasn't already happened. And if it hasn't happened, it's telling me that your attitude of patience is going to serve you, although you may not have to be patient for long because it's very imminent. Okay, so ultimately, just to summarize, I see that, you know, for those of you who are waiting, I feel the waiting is coming to an end. Whether it's your career, regarding your career, or regarding your personal life. For those of you who have children, I feel this is the added responsibility, but I also feel a strong, responsible energy overall for a lot of you out there. But in general, the strongest message that I'm picking up is that things are about to get exciting, really exciting. So that's really good. Make sure you remember to put down that burden, whatever it is, that one thing that you can let go of, and that's gonna be the main message of this reading. I hope all of this makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Again, make sure to let me know how it resonated, and subscribe to the channel. Check out my website, psychicforlife.com, and if you'd like to book a private reading, you can do that easily through the website. Just send me an email and we can talk soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.